Hello and welcome to the next Nix Hour. So if you want to ask a question yourself, please join the meeting and you can ask in voice or chat and interrupt at any time if something is unclear. Also, we might be trying out a slightly different format next week. I got some feedback that maybe the Nix Hour might be better to be kept, for the recording to be kept at just half an hour, but we might do first half an hour of just the meeting. Anyone can join, but it's not streamed yet. And then we do half an hour of recording, which then might be a bit more polished and more focusing on a single topic. If you have any feedback about this, please leave a comment or join the Nix Hour channel, the Matrix room. But yeah, we might be trying this out next week. But yeah, today I think we might take a look at zero Hydra failures. That's the NixOS release is coming up. You can, if you go to the issue tracker, you can see the release schedule being pinned up here, and zero Hydra failures is here as well. So the release schedule here says, if you go to that. So, well, here are all the dates. Here is the begin zero Hydra failures campaign, and it ends just before the release, or I guess as the release will go. And so zero Hydra failures is an effort to get zero Hydra failures. So Hydra is the CI for Nix, and we want those to be at zero. Now, either we fix the packages, so any packages we fix until the release, that's great. That's one less failure, but the ones that don't get fixed will just be marked as broken. And that's, in a way, it's zero failures because you won't even try to build these packages anymore. So Hydra doesn't build packages that are marked as broken. But yeah, ideally we want as many packages to not be marked as broken by fixing them so they build again. And so if you, for all the details about it, see this issue. Now, there's job sets in Hydra. We want to focus on these two for now. And there are some tools for finding broken packages. And so I think it might be a good idea to just try to have a go at this and try to fix some packages, see if my packages, the ones I maintain, still work. And yeah. So one of the tools here is this one. I'm going to take a look at this. And so it says in here, open the relevant job set. And so the relevant job set is up here. Now I'm using NixOS, so I'm mostly interested in this one. They are fairly similar though, like both of them take the builds from master. So building them on one branch will fix them on the other. Well, it's not quite that way, but let's just pick the trunk combined one here, the NixOS one. And so I need to be able to reproduce the issue on my local machine so I can easily fix it. So I'm going to use this x86 Linux and just look at some of these here. Actually, let's see. We have problematic dependencies. These are the ones that break the most reverse dependencies. So the more they break, the more people are probably already looking at them. And oh, I also see this one. This build here takes 2 hours and 45 minutes to fail. And the error is this something that I would know what to do with? Warning summary, warning, warning, warning. I don't even quite know what the failure here is. Well, actually, says it's completed in 1 hour. So yeah, I don't really know what that is about. Let's pick an easier one. So I might just scroll down a bit here. And well, these are mostly AR64. I can't easily build this without doing some emulation. So yeah, I'm gonna pick one of these here. So we have a dependency failure for things like graphite. Let's pick a random one here. I'll drive as merry way maybe. dependency failed. What is the dependency? Is this the same one for all of them? Log file isn't available. That's not a good sign. Propagated from mir. Yeah, let's get one where we have the log for the failure. These are NixOS tests up here. Nixpkgs. These are packages down here. What about apfelgrid? What fails there? Build of this root failed. Let's click on the logs. Scroll down here. And what is the error? What if we browse for error? Error copying a directory from there to there. Not sure if I can easily figure that one out. No, this is not errors. This might be pretty tricky. Hold on, let me go to the last match. Error 2, error, Oh, here, this looks kind of relevant. It seems kind of hard to find the error here, but we have code.h, no such file or directory. That's a clue. Let's give it a try. And maybe that's the reason no one else fixed it yet, because it's really hard to get the error out of here. So code.h. All right, so this is apfelgrid. And actually the first thing before we try to fix this ourselves is to go to the issue tracker and just search for existing issues. I usually delete all of the things here, so this way we can also find PRs. Apfelgrid. And I don't see an open issue or an open PR. So this, actually we fixed Darwin build here, but that's fairly old. Nothing recent. All right, so I think we can go for that. Let me see if I'm missing anything here. Yeah, so this is navigate.
But what about root package?
Oh yeah, right. That's a good point. It's this root package that failed. Yeah. What even is that root package? Yeah, let's. Well, actually, this is probably not going to be that helpful to just search for root.
I actually saw root 5 there.
Root 5, like this. Oh, root dash 5, maybe. Yeah, maybe not. Let's maybe just take a look at it in nixpkgs to see how these packages are related. Root looks like a fairly important name, so I'm not sure if anything is up there. Let me just stash everything. Got master, and yeah, we need to make sure we get the latest state, so we don't fix something that might have a different error or is already fixed in master. So if we try to build apfelgrid, let's see, I'm gonna hope it doesn't have to fetch too many things. Yeah, that looks fine. All right. And meanwhile, let's also take a look at the expression. So my preferred way is to really just kind of, well, usually I have this utility which uses, I believe, fd and fzf to find files. And so it's really just an ft followed by, well, actually, fzf, this might work. Yeah. And this is in a bit nicer interface. So it's really easy to find packages this way. So we found it here, apfelgrid. We have a default file, default.nix file. Now let's see, root. I don't see any mention of root here. So it's not immediately here. Yeah, oh yeah, root 5, there is one. Yeah, thanks. Okay, root 5. Let's also see what root 5 even is. So let's see if this works again. Root 5. Here, science misc root. So it's the science package. It's the science package. It's not related to the root user, I presume. All right, this one is actually has a lot of dependencies. It scares me a little bit. Uses various C libraries. All right, some patches, some flags. This is a big package. Data analysis framework by CERN. Okay, so we're close to me. I'm in Zurich here. So, okay, it's building it. Let's leave this running, make sure we can reproduce it. Meanwhile, let's look at the build failure here again. And go here. Actually, let's go to the package here. And we can go to, so yeah, we can see here previous builds. You can see the last successful build was there. And so this means, and there's no previous failing build. So this is the first one in this job set, which means we can look at the diff here for Nix packages to see if anything kind of suspicious happened in between then. So this is the diff of Nix packages. So maybe a dependency was updated, this code.h file. I'm not sure if that, well, let's just search for, well, I'm not sure, we probably won't find anything from just code. Now, what about root 5? No, root. Oh, we have something in here. Root fix build for glibc 238. Okay, so that looks a bit relevant. Let's see what the previous failure here was. Conveniently linked in the commit log. Well, I guess the problem with trying to fix something while streaming is that it's going to slow everything down. But actually, I have a build server I can use. Let me do that instead. I believe I have this available in this file, and so I just need to do builders at etc nix machines. Like this. Should offload. Yep, seems to work. All right, let's do that. All right, and so the previous failure here was, let's look at that. Was that the same one? That appears to be a different one. Error declaration of, oh, has no.
This is root -6.
Oh, this is root -6 indeed. Okay, well, let's look at the commit maybe. See what exactly changed. So this one, and commit, copy the commit hash, then do a git show of that. So we can see here, well, it is the same package file we looked at. Oh, but I guess there's multiple versions of it. So let's go into here, root, and we can see here, yeah, there's a 5.nix file. Now also in Nix packages, generally you only want to have one version of something. Now having a version 6 and one that is 5 here, and the 6 one works, I'm wondering, do we even need version 5 anymore? Because that's going to make it a lot simpler. Although likely there's a reason the root 5 version still exists. So I'm going to look here, I'm just going to grab for which packages use root 5, and it's only 2. Apfelgrid, which we just tried, and apfelgrid, which looks it's almost the same from the name. So it might be that the root 5 was exactly kept alive exactly for these two packages. And maybe we could try updating to root 6, see if anything changed, or we can maybe try to get some more context on that. Let's, for example, go into Nix packages, search for root 5. Well, I did that again earlier, but Let's see if we can immediately get some more. Well, there's a lot of fixes here, so I could see migrate, fix for glibc, bin utils. So it looks like it's being kept alive. Probably this means there's no easy way to just use root 6 instead. I do want to find the original PR that introduced root 5 though. And probably a way to do that is to, we could git blame this file. This is one of the worst files to git blame because it's really large. Yeah, this is taking a long time. Alternatively, we can also git or probably git log this file or git blame as well. This should give us, actually let me add --patch. Oh, must come before, right, okay. --patch, this should show us the diff right away. And I'm going to grab for root 5 in here. And we can see here, use root 5 apfelgrid. So it's this commit. All right, let's go into nixpkgs and look at that commit. So I'm going to use this URL like that. And in GitHub, we can go to the PR in here. And fixes xfitter doesn't say anything about root 5 regarding apfelgrid in here. Wait, is this the actual PR that changed that? Yeah. What's changed here? There's 3 commits, use root 5. There's no mention of why this was done. Seemingly. Yeah. Okay, and this was actually 3 years ago. So maybe it's worth a try to just use root 6 again, or we could also check upstream. Let's give that a go as well. So what if we go to the apfelgrid here? We can find the homepage in here. Still uses HTTP. Could also fix that if it has an HTTPS site. Let's actually check this right away. HTTPS. Yeah, there's also HTTPS. So let's actually put this in here right away. HTTPS. All right, apfelgrid. Okay. Contact via GitHub. Where's the GitHub link? README. There's no GitHub link here. I mean, it's a GitHub IO page, so it's generated from GitHub. We could, I mean, yeah, it's the same user. So, okay, let's do it manually. Apfelgrid. All right. And this looks not maintained anymore. Last commit, 2020. It's only 2 years ago. Or, no, that's 3 years ago. And we don't really have any issues. So I don't think it's probably intended to work with, oh yeah, it says Apfel 2.7. Although that also kind of hints at the fact that Apfel is kind of backwards compatible mostly. So maybe we can give it a go. Although it might be a pretty big endeavor actually, because that's why people might just be fixing it here and there to make that work. Okay, what more do we have? We have a maintainer who might know more about this. We have also something we could check. Is root 5 maybe still maintained? If root 5 and root 6 is being maintained upstream, this usually indicates that there was a big kind of breaking change and they need to maintain both because people can't upgrade to root 6. So maybe let's get a bit more information on root 6. So root default, this one. Okay, let's go. Let's root.cern.ch install 6.28 start reference form gallery GitHub root. Okay, we have releases. Let's see if they have the 5 releases in here as well. 620 first release of the no, this is fairly. Oh no, this is like in 2017 and already 6 was released. Yes, so or is it the same thing? Let me check. So root 5, this uses which source? Up here. Well, yeah, 6 to 8. All right. What about root 5? This uses the same 534 and the same web page. Okay, so not really a lot of extra information there. Do we have any change logs in here? How to contribute coding convention, documentation, maybe documentation release notes. That seems interesting. And this only has the latest. Oh, this only has the latest release notes, seemingly, or the most recent ones. Yeah, so not sure about this. Part of really
switch to a different version on the doc page.
Here. Yes, thanks. Oh, but there's only up to version 6. Actually, or maybe could we browse directly in here? No, there's only version 6. Okay, and here, well, we can't view it right in here. That's a bit annoying. Release notes, version 6. Yeah, this is not that. This was in 15. So maybe we can't really do much there.
Wouldn't it help to use the newer versions? I mean, you had other version 6 minor versions.
Yeah, we could try version 6 for apfelgrid. I feel like this might be a pretty involved endeavor, but we could try it. Maybe, yeah, let's give it a go. See how that would look like. So apfelgrid. Let's use a root instead. Should be fairly easy like this. And let's kick off another build. And actually, before we do that, let's just make sure we could verify the failure. Actually, let me... Error. Yes, we get the same error. Okay, so we could reproduce it, and but let's try building it with version 6. All right, this might also... root 6 also needs to be built. Let me just briefly check how long that takes. So we're a bit time constrained here. Build of root. Let's see the previous successful build of version 5, how long that took. Click here to get to that one. And that took, no, that's not the right one. I want the root one. Let's see how can we get to the root build dependencies. I think it might be here. Yep. Collapse all, expand all. Can I collapse these? Yes, I can. Root here. So this log of version 5. Let's go here. Navigating Hydra is a bit tricky sometimes. All right, and yes, okay, 3 minutes. We can probably do that. So actually, but before that, I think I saw version 5 derivations. Oh, these derivations. Oh, I can't go back this far, I think. Oh no, it's here. So yeah, in here I saw it also tried to build root 5. So, oh, and that's probably because we depend on apfelgrid as well. Oh, that's going to complicate this a bit. Yeah, so apfelgrid depends on apfelgrid. Wait, does apfelgrid also fail? Yeah, it's right down here. So apfelgrid also fails, and it probably also fails because of the same reason. They both were the only packages depending on root 5. Yeah, that's the reason. So I guess the solution here should be to switch both of them to root 5. apfelgrid, is anything, what is up with this package? Is like one a fork of the other or something? Install private headers required by apfelgrid. Ooh, this is so I guess this is partially what it looks like to just build failures, and it's not very exciting. A lot of like figuring out what upstream is, what it does. Ideally this would be done by maintainers, and we should totally have a way to easily ping maintainers. So this one is a ultra-fast theory predictions for collider observables. It looks very exciting. And the other one is here, fast and flexible way to reproduce results of null full NLO calculations. Okay. So I think they just depend on each other. They're not like a fork. But yeah, we want to switch both of them to version 6, maybe. Let's give that a try. It's probably going to fail, but gotta try that. So let's do the build. Now both of them should use root 6. Yeah, root 5 isn't being built anymore. And also let's maybe just navigate Hydra a bit more. So I want to figure out how long root 6 takes to build. Hopefully the same amount of time roughly. I'm going to go into the, let's use NixOS job set here. The one we used before. So once that's loaded, at least. Yes, here we go. All right, trunk combined, that's for the unstable NixOS channel. All right, waiting for it again. And meanwhile, yeah, we can see root 6 building. Actually, I'm surprised that root 6 isn't being cached either. Wait, is root 6 also broken? This is a pretty bad state. Oh yeah, right. We will find this out once we find it in Hydra here. So go to the jobs tab and then search for root, just root maybe. Since it's, yeah, should just be root, since the attribute is called just root. And we get a lot of extra results. Let me search for .root. I hope that works. Oh yeah, okay, that one fails too. So this is seeming pretty hopeless at this point. So root 6 is failing, root 5, has this succeeded for a while maybe? No, root 5 is also broken for a while now, but that at least succeeded some time ago. Oh. So maybe...
I think root fails because of some page issue.
Root fails because, yeah, let's look at the failure. This was cancelled, this is ongoing. So this failure here. So you're saying maybe a patch didn't apply correctly. Let's go here, root, it's not here.
At least I think that's what I saw on Weekend when I was just checking what's failing.
I see. Yeah, it has one patch here. Some kind of ad hoc patches. Let's see. Oh yeah, indeed. Reversed or previously right. Okay. Let's actually we can maybe use the feature here. Down here we can see. Actually, this kind of sucks. This build was cancelled. This one succeeded, and this one failed. So we don't know if the failure is caused like from here to here or from here to here. Yes, maybe let's go to this first broken one, the cancelled one. And log limit exceeded. What is that? Well, not sure if it's even gonna load if the log limit was exceeded. It's loading and downloading something. Yes, okay. Okay, so apparently only the log limit was exceeded, but I guess it didn't get to the failure. Log limit exceeded.
Applied, so I guess it just.
Oh yeah, the patch.
Too much stuff.
Yeah, is this still the failure? Cache failure from here. If this is the reason. Oh no, right, the patch failed. Okay, so this should be, well, the patch applies now though. Like we are building root 6. Oh, but I think this was recently fixed, right? If we go look at the git log of this. Yeah, we can see root drop patches. Okay, so this was fixed 2 days ago. I see. So supposedly this should work again after this. Let me look at this. Come in here. Drop patches. Was it verified that it built in here? Let's root again and again. This doesn't look great. View details. We should be able to see the checks here. Let's click on details. Do we get any more info? Why did these not pass? Oh, okay, one of them passed. Yes. Okay, so root 6 should succeed. We shouldn't have to worry about this. Phew. Alright, so really we would have to wait for this though. How long did Offborg take to build it? Do we even know about this? Succeeded 3.
Maybe view more details?
Oh yes, that might give us some info. Fetching the backlog, yeah, it's a lot of logs. It's like downloading a lot of things. Yeah, let's leave this running. And this one, yeah, so this one is also building, but it's 70% done, so it might only take like a couple more minutes. Okay, okay, this is ongoing. What if we also try to find this code.h file? So root 5, if we look at this, let's do root 5.source. So just build the source. And then look at this. I'm going to use a tool-x to should be able to do this result. Yes. So we got the source here. Let's look at what this code.h file is. Code.h, like this. Code.h from Python. There's only one use of it in here. It says from Python. Is this a... Oh, include pyroot. Is this for bindings? Oh, this might be a Python version update that broke it. Okay. So let's go back to that one. So we have root. I'll drive as mirror away. That was a separate one. Apfelgrid right here. We also had this here. Root 5 here. Yeah, so this one was the first failure. Let's go here. And then we want to look at the diff. This one here. Oh, and this actually built in 20 minutes. At least on that machine. Oh, thank you for that link. Found a problem compiling solved by this post. Okay, was fixed but not backported to v6.26 patches. Okay, until yesterday, and this was in, when was this? 18th of November 2022. So this is already a year ago. So this should be included now, right?
Well, we're building root 5, so probably it's not backported to the 5. So I guess we expect a switch to 3.11, and now root 5 doesn't build. So maybe we could adapt this patch to root 5, or just switch to root Python 3.10 or something.
Yeah, so this is which Python version specifically was this? Well, it doesn't say here. We might find out here though. So this is a diff that made the build of root 5 fail. So let's look for Python in here. Well, Python packages, Python. Actually, this might be pretty hard to find by just searching for Python. What about Python space? Python 3.11. Fix some cross compilation. Pin to 3.10. So we have a fix here that used Python 3.10 for another package. So presumably 3.11 might have been introduced. Major updates, yeah, this might be it, yes. If you go to this commit, this is merge pull request from Python updates. Let's see what it does. Yeah, so this is it. Updates the default Python version to 3.11 while keeping 3.10 around until after the 3.11 release. So for the release, we could still just switch back to 3.10, so it works for the release, but after that it would then fail. So yeah, or we could try to backport the patch to make it work with Python 3.11. I think that's probably the better option. So let's go back to here. Fixed in master, backported to here. I wonder how we could get to that patch specifically. Will be included in these two branches. This might be pretty tricky. Actually, changing not present.
Maybe the pages. Link in the there is a link under the message code.h issue not fixed.
This one? Wait.
No, under the answer, there is a link. A bit lower.
Wait. Oh, there is another link there. Oh, this one.
Yeah, maybe this one.
January this year. Also building from 626. Well, could you just have links to a commit or something?
We could blame the sources.
Yeah, code.h must not be included directly in. Oh, okay, but this looks like the right commit. So let's see if we can just apply this, I guess. So how do we apply patch? We can actually maybe do some Nix now. A lot of just figuring out. So we go to root, root here, 5.nix. Patches, we already have some patches. What do these do? None of them, I think, are what we have. Oh, there's already a fix for Python 3.7. Actually, we can just copy this. This makes it fairly simple. 3.11 fix patch, yes. Okay, I mean, yeah, this this is pretty good for fetching a commit. Oh, I'm gonna copy the commit hash. This one. All right. I'm gonna change the hash. Let me empty it out. That should work as well. All right. Root 6 is still building in the background. That should work. We did change the source to use root 5 now, root 6 now, the default one. And this is building in the background, but we can just undo these changes like git. Nix already knows about them and is building it and created the derivations. It won't influence our build if we change this back. So I'm going to do a, well, actually, let me do a stash -p. So I'm going to explicitly select what we want to stash. This one, no. This one, yes. This one, actually, I'm going to split this one. I want to stash this one. I don't want to stash this one. Yes, yes. Okay, now we only have the patch and the homepage change. Now let's try building just root 5, I suppose. And we should get failure for the patch. All right, let's insert the hash. Okay, let's see if it applies. We should get feedback. Yeah, it doesn't apply. So skip this patch. Wait. Can't find file to patch at input line 3. Why not? Which file is being patched here? cpp overload.xcc. And if we go into the source and grab for this root, where was that? That was in method proxy. Does it look kind of the same? So we have this code, and in the commit here, it was the same. Yes. Okay, so we just need to apply it to a different file. What would be the best way to do that? Actually, let's see, maybe fetch patch. It's probably not going to work actually, but maybe fetch patch has some utilities for modifying the files to patch. See if the nixpkgs manual has some docs for us. Fetch patch, all right. So it has relative. Okay, we have stripling, we have decode, we have extra prefix, includes a Okay, yeah, we don't have anything for changing the names of the files, but there's some things for other use cases. So I think I should download this patch and then modify it, or actually let's go in here. And I'm just gonna go into the source code here. I'm gonna copy the source code. This is a way of doing it. Root patched. Then in the patched version, I'm going to go to the file that has this code.h, this one. Actually, let's move this over here for now. I'm going to apply the same thing. So it previously had this if py version include cut.h, else include compile.h. So I'm going to replace these lines with this. This is very manual, but it's fine. And down here we have an else if right here. Okay, let's see if that was right. That's actually, yeah, we now need to generate a patch. I'm going to use git diff no index root patched, and well, it generated some more things by saving and apparently reformatting some things, but we have this patch now. Let's try it. We could also manually try to build a source. Actually, let's do that. Yeah. So I'm gonna do nix shell -a of root 5. So we should get a shell to build root 5, and actually I need to alias my nix shell, which is usually aliased to one that opens C shell. So now we get into a bash shell. Now we have things like the unpack phase in here, but we don't want to unpack the source right here because we already have a source. So I'm gonna cd into root patched. All right, now I'm gonna do a well, probably configure phase. Yes, configure phase should be it. And well, that worked. Can we do a build phase? Oh, run configure first. I thought we just did.
Don't you need patch phase as well?
Right, we didn't apply all of these patches. That's right. We pre-configure CMake flags. Oh, I think CMake might have like a separate build phase as well. Yeah, let's just build it from Nix. That's more reproducible. And since it's in the patch phase, it should, well, I mean, the patch we should definitely apply. Let's just generate the patch. I'm gonna kind of edit it manually. Patch.patch for now. It's a bit hacky, I gotta admit, but shouldn't be a problem. So I should be able to just remove all of this down here. And we have A, B here. This all looks fine. Oh, this, I should edit this here as well. Like this. Okay, this is kind of irrelevant for...
You should edit first line then too.
I didn't get that, sorry.
You should edit the first line as well, because it's root and root patched.
Yes. Yes, that's true. Okay, let me just refresh the patch format here. I'm just gonna look it up from this one. Yeah, so we don't need this git specific line here. All right. So we have the patch. I'm gonna move it to the right package. Move to package application science misc root, and then we have the where was the, oh right, how was the other one named? Here, root 5 Python 3.11 fix.patch. All right, now let's change this one to include it directly. We can do it, we can add it to the end. Like this. Okay, the description, do we need a description? Yeah, let's add one. And say we copied it from this commit. Backported from 6.26, I believe. Not quite, it's included in 6.27, or didn't the... Where was that? The discourse one. Well, I think we, oh yeah, we clicked on it. Yes. Yeah, I think it might have been backported by now. Yeah, to 26. Okay, so let's just say backport to v5 from v6.26 and then link the commit. Python 3.11 fix. Yeah, like this. All right, and then let's build it. Actually, hold on. What happened to the previous build? Not sure. Well, let's build it. And machines. Nix builders. Hold on. Machine. Oh, like this. All right, root 5. Yes. And hope the patch applies. And that we get some logs here. So, yes, copying the patch to the builder. No idea what that is. And it shouldn't take this long to... Yeah, this is not looking great. Okay, let's try to build it locally. All right, unpacking source, and yeah, the patch applied. Patching file, this is one we were looking for. Okay, and actually the other build was still running in the background. And how is that going actually? Let's see. So this is the one where we switched to version 6. And actually, wait, did this...
It succeeded.
Yeah. Oh, right. The build for root 6 succeeded. That was fixed in master. But now it's building apfel. Oh, and that succeeded as well. So we can just switch to version 6. Yeah, let me just double check. So we have the store path. Let's get the query deriver. So this is the derivation that built it. And in here we are gonna do next query of the graph, or actually this tree. And so this is the dependency closure of apfelgrid. And here if we go for root dash, yeah, root 6. And that's the only root 6 root in here. All right, so that's pretty nice. We could maybe, I mean, this might also succeed. We have 2 fixes now, really. So we could do, in case people need root 5, we could do it separately, maybe in a single PR. Well, so we could patch root 5, we could drop it like entirely, or actually patch root 5, then switch apfelgrid to root 6 as well, and then drop root 5. Then if people want to go back in time and just still use root 5, they could do that and it works in a single commit. So maybe let's do that. Let's try it.
Stream actually is not great right now. I bet because of CPU.
Oh yes. Let me stop
probably
that.
Nice the build process or something.
Yeah, I think there's even an option for that. Oh, and it's still taking a lot of CPU. I'd appreciate Nix if you would stop building. Oh, it's OBS. That's taking a lot of power right now. That's yeah, maybe that's true. Okay, so I'm going to git. Actually, let's see. I'm gonna git add. Let's actually do this one first. I'm gonna say apfelgrid switch home page to HTTPS. All right, then I'm gonna do this one. This is root 5 fix build with Python 3.11. And we can also insert a link here to the Python updates one that broke it. Let's see, where was that? Actually, 3 Python updates. This one. Yep. All right, so this one was broken in the Python update from, or since the Python update from this one. All right, this should fix the apfel, what was it, apfelgrid and apfelgrid builds not tested yet. Yes, okay. And then we're also going to do, oh wait, I forgot to commit the patch here. I need to do that. All right, let me git commit amend so I can add the patch to the previous commit. All right. Oh, and actually I'm committing on master. I should use a separate branch. Switch, I'm going to create a fix root 5. Do it like this. Okay, and we also want to, oh yeah, we had this stash show text. So we stashed these changes, which switched apfelgrid and apfelgrid to use root 6, the default version instead. I'm gonna pop the stash. All right, and then let me just
switch branch.
By the way, what happens when root 7 is released? I mean,
then if everything uses right, so then probably this root attribute would also switch to version 7. So all of the packages using it would automatically use the latest version. And if that breaks them, then we might need to keep root 6 around for some time, just like we did for root 5. Does that make sense?
My internet crashed just until this very moment. Sorry.
Oh. Did you get my response or?
No, I did not, because my internet just...
So yeah, root 7, if, well, we are a bit short on time and it's on stream. Maybe you can rewatch it afterwards. I want to quickly finish this now. But so yeah, it would automatically update if root 7 became the default version and everything would use the new version. But so I'm going to commit this here.
Still, you should switch it to another branch.
I feel like we can do it all in one.
That's not fixed for root 5. It's fixed for not root 5.
Oh, I think it's fine. The branch name doesn't really matter that much. and it won't go into the commit history. And see, I'm gonna do it like this for now. Should be fine in my opinion. Actually, we might want 2 commits here. Let me do this one first. So this is apfelgrid switch to root the default root version. Okay, and then also apfelgrid. This one I haven't tested yet. Actually, let's not. Actually, no, let's try it. We're gonna get off port to build it. We are a bit over time here, I'm realizing. But I do want to finish this briefly. Switch to the default root version.
Actually, they depend on each other, so...
Oh, right. Oh, right, yeah.
I don't know if you can separate them.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, and actually then the order should be reversed. We should, yeah, let's quickly do that. Rebase, let's switch these around. Okay. And now I think we can drop root 5 as well. So we go into here, root. Oh, that's not the right one. Let me also remove this. Now go into root. I'm going to remove 5.nix. All right, and we also have some like this one.
Patches?
Yeah, I mean the patch we actually just added a second ago. And this one as well. Purify, this one also is root 5 specific. This one as well. Okay. And default.nix, that doesn't have any root 5 in it. No tests. Default test this root. Should look fine. Now one thing we still need to do is go into all packages.nix, go to root 5 and remove this. Yeah. I'm gonna do it, and I can ask in the PR for more feedback. So Python 3, all right, this looks good. Now add all of these and root 5 drop all packages built with the default root version. All right, like this, and that's some code removed. Now, final steps.
Are you sure there's no other packages?
What?
Are you sure there are no other packages dependent on root 5?
Let's double check. Yep, looks
cool.
Looks good. And well, we should also run like nixpkgs review and stuff like that. But for now, final steps: commit to an upstream. You can also, we looked at this in like previous Nix Hour, how to contribute to Nix packages. You can also look there for general information. And let me just done during the Nix Hour for zero Hydra failures. Let's insert the link here to zero Hydra failures for ZHF. Hasn't been fully tested, and actually I'm gonna do a draft pull request so that no one merges it right away. All right, well, and actually this is a bunch of things. Root 5 root updates, kind of weird title. Root package updates. Drop root 5. Yeah, something like that. Draft pull request, and that's it. Now we are almost 10 minutes over time, so this is a bit of a longer one, but we were able to finish